Here we go, baby. We're going right out to cross the Atlantic. Next stop, Azores. If everything goes to plan. We've just begun a sail that will take us across the North Atlantic and the Mediterranean Sea before transiting through the Suez Canal, crossing the Red Sea, the Gulf of Aden, and the Straits of Hormuz on our way to Dubai. We are here, entering our third day since leaving Grenada. The first 2 days we sailed north along the chain of Caribbean islands, giving us a chance to stop if we had issues. And we did. Now, as we enter the Atlantic, there is no land for over 2,200 nautical miles, which should take us close to 3 weeks. We're a crew of 4, Captain Tony, let's go, First Mate Danny,
because someone was stomping on my bloody deck and window,
Deckhand Joel,
we got something,
and Cook Karsten.
I'm gonna convince Joel to eat one of these.
This is a paid delivery of a 2002 Privilege 585.
B-O-A-B, baby,
So just coming up, we've been averaging 7 knots, and we have a little company off to our port. There's been a sailing yacht that has been keeping pace with us about 2 miles out.
Read the name on the back.
Yeah, it says you're too close.
Quite an exciting morning after my shift. It's gonna be a little loud, but I want to take you down in the action. So we have these fancy ZF controllers. So these controllers are what our control unit basically relays to. So it's how we go into gear, out of gear, and how we accelerate. This thing was already faulty, and we tried to fix it the best we could before we left, but we suspected it might go bad, and it did. So it wasn't letting us start the motor on our starboard side because it thought it was in gear. Well, it was in gear, and it wasn't getting the signal to put it back in neutral. So we just had to take Amelia back to the old school, and we disconnected the pin, and now I just come down here and push on the gearbox, just push the lever down for reverse, middle, and up for forward. And then we didn't have any controls for the throttle, so I'll show you how we're giving it some throttle and controlling the RPM. So we also decided to take the reef out. Now we're flying full main. Starlink has been really nice. We've been using it just a little bit each day. Been able to check the weather, and so we've been in a hole for the last 2 days or so, and we noticed that we were just going to come out of the hole. The winds were going to shift more from the south, so we were going to be able to head just basically straight for the Azores, and it was going to pick up to about 20 knots. So we're going to have it on a beam. It just hit right now, so the air cooled down, the wind picked up, we shut down the starboard motor, and now we're just cruising along. And if the weather forecast stays like this, we're gonna be, like Captain Tony says, yeah, giddy up.
thought you had a huge one on.
What do you mean? This is a whopper.
Whoa! Oh my gosh! Woohoo! Here.
Go in the pan, all right?
We got something.
Danny says it will go in the pan all right. What do you think, Karsten?
Yeah, it fits perfectly.
Now do I need... Wow, you're just barely hooked there, buddy.
It's hooked all right, just pulled his lift off.
Fish has been cleaned, de-gutted, de-finned, all of that. Took all the scales off. So he's clean now, and now I'm just making some cuts in his body so that whenever we give him some seasoning and flavor, it goes into the meat and it makes it a lot better. And I'm gonna convince Joel to eat one of these. We've been soaking little Johnny in some lemon juice and red wine vinegar for a bit. gave them a sprinkling of salt, and his cuts have, started to season up. So we're gonna put them in some foil that I already put some olive oil on to grease it. I usually use a lot of dill, some parsley, sometimes oregano, lemon pepper seasoning is very nice. But salt and pepper is usually good too. And then if you want to add garlic, it's nice. Wrap it up in the foil, make sure it's all tight, poke a few holes in it, put it on the grill.
Let's go. Drum roll, please.
Jimmy, how you doing in there?
Jimmy, I thought it was Johnny.
Johnny, how you doing in there?
It's kind of hot.
Oh yeah.
Captain,
Boy,
what do you think?
that.
But I haven't checked the underside. I wonder if there's
You gonna put it back?
no.
No, that's it.
He's done.
Karsten's favorite part of the fish. Yum.
That's good. That's a really good one. Try it. No, you're next.
All right, dig it out.
I will.
Yum.
Turn the camera around. I don't know.
Ugh.
I'm not feeding you.
Lovely job there.
Bad?
I think it's just the thought that I'm eating an eyeball, but it's actually,
Not bad.
That is not bad.
it's okay.
What? It's good.
It's the texture that gets me.
But the chewy bit, you can like chew on it for a while.
I know.
Okay.
It's not my favorite, guys.
Your fresh fish is not fishy at all.
Oh.
That's lovely, huh?
Oh.
This is part of the daily routine here on Amelia.
Go on, give it
just
some.
stands there and looks pretty. I do all the real work.
Thank God for Carson, huh?
What would we do with
What would we do without you, Carson?
So it's blowing 18 knots out there. We're sailing at 9 to 10 knots, okay? And we're here in the galley. I've been on a few boats sailing about 8 knots, and it was a little hairy down in the galley. So let's just take a gander here in the galley. Keep in mind, blowing 18 knots, full main, full Genoa, 9 to 10 knots. We're cruising along. Here's the galley. Just a pretty stable, standard situation going on here.
Is it windy out there? Oh.
Yeah, just a little bit. Got some pieces looking like they're almost done. Oh boy.
Go.
What?
And I made it from scratch.
Yes.
Barbecue chicken. Oh no. I'm sorry, there's no chicken on that. It's like barbecue ham, barbecue turkey. This is the same as that, and then this side has no cheese, I think. And then
That's
this
your
one
side?
is like, this one's like a caprese. Well, no, caprese. It's like same, but with the balls on the cheese.
My word.
He's playing for his one band. It's not me though.
What up, bums on a boat? What up, tubers? What up, everybody? What up, mom and dad? Hey, Gunner, what's up?
Whoa. Where are you
Night
getting all this energy? It's the night watch. We're going into midnight
It's
now.
only 10 o'clock. The night is young. The wind could be a little bit stronger, but it's picking up a bit. Slowly but surely.
Shifting towards beam, and now it's a little behind us. We were instructed by Captain Tony to adjust the sails to the course. He wants to hold this course no matter what.
Yep. Captain's orders.
Aye, Cap. And some of the watches have been exciting, but some of them, the hardest part has been to stay awake. Because, I don't know, so far it's been fairly chill. I think, you know, from what I had pictured of the Atlantic, the nasty North Atlantic.
We're just getting into it. There's a lot that can happen in our butt north.
Gotta love Amelia. It's dumping out there. And short sleeve. Got the Heart Dodger. Staying fairly dry. I got a little wet when I went to adjust the head sail, but the wind is switching. It's kind of going right to our aft, so I've had to kind of change course just to try to keep the wind in our sails while this thing rides through, but staying pretty dry. Amelia's getting a nice deck wash, and so far so good. Don't even need a foul weather jacket at the moment. Coming on for a 6 a.m. watch. Danny's got us screaming at 9 knots right now. Still can't get used to the fact that we're screaming along at 9 knots, and it's just like, See her, see her? Look who it is! It's Kirsten! Woo! She just woke up. Look at. Cheers. Cheers. Coming to the end of my watch here. Averaged over about 7 knots the whole time. Wind has died down to about 10. But this boat is doing 7.5 knots with 10 to 11 knots of wind. Pulling the full main made a big difference. But I'm still just amazed that we're doing close to wind speed on this big old beastie heavy boat. And the smells this morning are amazing. It's Sunday morning, and there's bacon in the air. Karsten is making bacon and eggs, the classic breakfast, my all-time favorite. And it's apparently it's a tradition for Danny to eat bacon and eggs every Sunday, so we decided to honor Danny's tradition, and I think it's coming up now. Oh! Oh! Yeah. Going in for one. Oh, we out. Captain Tony just taught us a really cool way to remember all of the names of the mainsail. Uncle Luff had a tack in his foot, but he didn't have a clue that he had a leech on his head. Luff, tack, foot, clue, leech, head. You're welcome. Well, it's a beautiful night watch. Clear skies. We got 11 to 12 knots of breeze and a lightning show that is pretty epic to watch. It's just non-stop lightning off, like it's off to the north of us, a little northeast, but way out there, and it's just non-stop lightning. But the breeze is steady. We're doing 7 knots, sail power only. We got lightning also off there to the west. It's just kind of all around us. And but it's interesting because right above us is just starry night and no clouds, no rain. A little ominous, a little dicey, I'll be honest. But so far so good. We've got about 12 knots on the beam, averaging 7 knots. We got one reef in the main. I haven't mentioned this yet, but we actually blew out a clew. We were flying the full main and the clew just ripped out. So we just went down to the first reef and we'll have to repair that. Probably in the Azores, we'll sew it back up. That is a beautiful sky. It's about 6 p.m. and I'll be starting my watch. I think this is the best watch schedule. I get it every 3 days, 6 to 9. We usually eat dinner at 6:30. So pretty soon we're gonna be eating together, and it just goes by super quick. We're watching Amelia. This boat's name is Amelia after Amelia Earhart, and Danny found Amelia. It's a whole documentary about searching for Amelia's plane, and it talks about Amelia Earhart's life. So we got that on inside. So it's a pretty cool way to cruise right now. The seas are getting a little bit bigger, but nothing too crazy. It's another beautiful sunrise, about 5:10 a.m. Nice night shift. We actually had to jibe last night. As we go north, there's a system that's, you know, rotating clockwise, and we just got kind of up. We're trying to get through the middle of it, and the center of it is where there's just a hole, there's no wind, and so we've been trying to skirt the side and go north so we can catch the wind, and obviously didn't want to go through the middle of it where there was no wind. So we've caught the top end of it, and the winds are starting to shift, so we actually have southwest winds now. So we've had to move the sails to the starboard side, and we're still making about 55 degrees on our heading. Jibing was kind of exciting last night. Just had to make sure you do things right, because that's a big old sail, and we did not want it to go smash into the other side. So we just used the preventer, and I fed the preventer out very slowly as we pulled it to the other side, and it was executed perfectly. All right, we have a squeaky belt here that was getting a little gnarly, so we shut it down last night, and about to remove the belt and replace it. All right, I'm going in. It's pretty tough to get to some of these things. Kristen had an injury that she re-injured, so she's got like a double injury going on, and she's named this hematoma slash bruise Hermie the hematoma. Hermie!
Oh no! I forgot to put on pants!
You don't have any legs or a body.
But, Lieutenant Dan, you don't have any legs.
Your eyes really bulging. Hermie!
He's surprised. It was an accident. Hermie's okay. He's a welcome friend. Back from death.
Hermie's okay, but I'm not so sure Karsten is okay.
Don't say that. That's bad.
I mean, are you though?
Stop. Yes, I'm fine. Literally, no big deal. This is just a regular Tuesday for me. And today is 1 week that we've been doing the crossing. Happy anniversary.
What's the longest you've been at sea, Karsten?
1 week.
This is it? I've been at sea for 8 days, so I think I've got 1 more day before I break my record. Poor Captain Tony, he's only crossed the Atlantic 6 times, I believe, so the tough thing about that is you can't really break any records anymore.
Yeah, it's the first time.
Been there, done that. Oh, but it is the first time with us. Lucky Tony.
First time with Hermie. Hematoma.
So first for Captain Tony.
He's pretty chill. I mean, he's a little bit scary looking,
We've got a
honestly.
stowaway.
It looks like he's gonna tell you guys a secret. What's the secret? What do you think he's saying?
Hey guys, I just farted.
I just farted.
Are we there yet?
No, Karsten, we have about 9 days when we're doing good speed, and then when it goes kind of slow. We're like at 11 and 12 days out still, so no, we're not there yet.
We're okay to go?
Got it. Got him. Mid-Atlantic.
Man, we've got some wind today.
It's getting a wee bit sporty here.
These are the tales of Moab.
B-O-A-B, baby, where B-O-A-B, baby, where B-O-A-B, baby, where